Guys, this is Cheddie here, and welcome to the third episode of Cheddie Chats. In this episode, we got a couple different topics that I want to discuss, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that Apple just recently announced the iPhone 11 Pro, and honestly, I really don't care. I think this is somewhat kind of a scam because Apple will come out with a new phone every single year, and then each time it will just be a new feature. People will go buy the new phone, and then a couple months later or a year later they'll release another phone with just one new feature. And I really don't care. There's a lot of people talking about this, but really I could care less, but I still want to talk about it for the video. And I also want to talk about the YouTube 100 million play button for a second. We recently saw that PewDiePie and T-Series both got theirs, and honestly, I don't know what exactly I think of this play button yet. I thought the Ruby play button was really cool, and I thought for the 100 million plaque they were going to be doing something really cool, but honestly, it's basically just a 10 million subscriber plaque, but with a ruby instead of a diamond. And like I said, I don't know exactly what I think of it yet. I doubt that many people will be getting this, a plaque. But honestly, I don't know what I think of it yet. I think it's pretty cool overall, but I don't exactly know what I think of it. It's alright. And recently, I just watched the movie Creep. I watched it a couple nights ago, and it's a pretty good movie. I will have a review up on it sometime very soon, and it has a really cool concept. In a way, it is somewhat similar to the film Stag Night, and if you did see my review of that film, you know that I really enjoyed it. So in the future, I'm going to be comparing these two films. Personally, this may be a spoiler for that video. I did enjoy Stag Night more, but out of the two films, I think they're both really good. And last night, I actually went to the movies. I went to go see The Peanut Butter Falcon, and it's a pretty good movie. A review of it will be coming out sometime very soon. Shia LaBeouf is really good in it, and everyone else in the cast is also pretty good. And it's just overall just like a really fun movie. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend checking it out. And I also want to talk about Survivor Season 39 here for a second. Survivor is probably one of my favorite shows, and recently I actually just saw a teaser for Survivor Season 39. And I'm interested to see what exactly CBS is going to do with this season. Obviously, in it, we're going to be seeing Boston Rob and Sandra come back, and I'm excited to see both of them come back, especially Boston Rob. I don't know what exactly I think of Sandra. I didn't really like her too much on all the seasons that she was in, but I think it's going to be interesting to see her come back to the game since she did win like 2 seasons, which is pretty impressive overall. And I don't know what exactly they're going to be doing with this season. I still don't understand what exactly they're going to do with this concept of bringing Boston Rob and Sandra back. But overall, I'm really excited for it. It's coming out on September 25th, so I'm definitely going to check it out. Expect to see a review coming out, when the season does end. And yeah, I'm really excited for Survivor Season 39. I think in more recent years, Survivor has become great again. For a couple years, I did like the show, but I did feel like it was dipping in quality. But I did feel like around 2 or 3 seasons ago, it really started to pick up, and I'm really excited for this season. I also want to talk about the Joker and the Batman. Many people were hoping that the Joker would be connected to the Batman, because in the Joker, we're obviously seeing a new version of Thomas and Martha Wayne and Bruce Wayne. So many people were suspecting that Joker would be connected to the Batman, and Todd Phillips recently just announced that that will not be happening. And I am somewhat upset by that because I would really like to see Joaquin Phoenix as Joker in a Batman movie. But I'm also kind of glad because that means there's still hope that Jared Leto will come back. Honestly, I didn't think Jared Leto was that bad as Joker. I thought he was alright. I personally like the new version of Joker that we saw in Suicide Squad, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this character in the future. I think he may make a cameo in Birds of Prey, and I think if he's well received there, and if the Joker movie is well received, which it most likely will because it's getting a lot of critical praise right now, I think they actually may go forward with the Jared Leto Joker movie, and honestly, I would want to see that because I think they could do something really interesting with this version of Joker. And yeah, I honestly didn't think Jared Leto was that bad as Joker. I thought he was alright, and I would like to see him return as the role. And I also want to talk about Godzilla vs. Kong for a second. For a little bit, this was one of my most anticipated movies of 2020. But after Godzilla King of the Monsters, I'm somewhat skeptical going into this movie because that was also one of my most anticipated movies of 2019, and that was extremely disappointing. It wasn't that good of a movie, and hopefully this will be different. this has been a movie that I've been anticipating for the past couple years now. I've been following the film since like they first announced it in like 2015, and I also really like the original Godzilla vs. Kong. I used to really like Godzilla and King Kong like a couple years ago, and I'm just excited to see what they're gonna do with this movie. Obviously, the thing that I'm most excited to see is actually Godzilla versus King Kong fighting. I don't care about Millie Bobby Brown or anyone else. I don't care about the humans. I just want to see Godzilla fight King Kong. And if the movie's bad, it's going to be bad. But at least we're going to be seeing these two characters brought onto the big screen and fight each other. And I think that's definitely going to be pretty interesting to see. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the Fantastic Four in the MCU. So, I don't know exactly when this Fantastic Four movie will be coming out. I'm suspecting sometime 2022 to 2023, and I think Peyton Reed will most likely direct it, which I think is definitely good because I feel like he really knows how to handle these characters because he is a very big fan of the property. And at this point, it's basically, well, it's not confirmed, but it's being really rumored that John Krasinski is going to play Mr. Fantastic and Emily Blunt's going to be the Invisible Woman. And honestly, I don't know what I think of that casting because I just think they're too old. I would like to see them get a younger cast for this. And personally, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I like 2015's Fantastic Four. I thought it was better than all the other Fantastic Four movies, and I wouldn't mind if they brought back that same cast, but now they can't because obviously Michael B. Jordan was in Black Panther, which would be connected to this film. But yeah, I'm excited to see what exactly Marvel's going to do with this, with Doctor Doom and all the Fantastic Four properties, and also the X-Men. I may make a video in the future going over who I think should play the Fantastic Four and also the X-Men, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, guys, that is the third episode of Cheddie Chats. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next episode. This is Cheddie signing off. Peace out.